Hey everybody, welcome to my leather beaded bracelet tutorial. This has been one I've had a lot of requests for a long time now, so finally getting it together for you guys. What you will need that's not included in the kit is a little bit of super glue, and I use wire cutters, or if you have nail clippers or cuticle cutters, that'll work too. In your kit, you will get leather. So we'll go ahead and undo that. I did make them a little longer, so you could choose whether you wanted to make a bracelet or an anklet. First thing to do with the leather is we're gonna go ahead and put the button on. Go ahead and make sure that your ends are even. Pull it all the way to the bottom, and then just tie it in a knot. Okay, and as you can see, one of them got a little loose, so just make sure you pull it down. Okay, and there you go. Pull it in a knot. Next, we're gonna go ahead and put it on our clipboard. So I'm going to flip the camera around so from here on you can see my hands and see what we're doing. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is see what size bracelet you need to make. As you can see, I put a ruler on here. And so this is one that I made, and this is all one piece. It wraps around 5 times. Today, we're just gonna be making a single wrap to start. So what you're gonna need is either a tape measure or a ruler and a piece of string if you don't have a tape measure. So it depends how you like to wear it. I like to keep mine kind of tight to my wrist, as you can see. So you can go ahead and wrap this around your wrist. Looks like my wrist is a 6 inches. Pretty average size, but usually around 6 1/4, 6 1/2. For some reason I have smaller wrists. It's one of the only small things I think I have on my body. So go ahead and measure your wrist. If you don't have a tape measure, you can just go ahead and take a piece of leather, a piece of string, wrap it around your wrist. You can, if you want it to be looser, you can just measure to how loose you want, or you can make it tight like this, and then undo it, and then just measure it on the clipboard right here or to a ruler. Okay, so mine is going to be 6 inches. So while I'm making mine, I usually stop putting beads about a 1/4 inch before where I want it to be. So normally that's about 2 beads short of where we're going to end. So we'll go ahead and put the leather onto the clipboard. I usually put the clip right in between the 2 pieces of leather on the knot right there, or you can even just put it right under that knot. And then if you had a charm, you can go ahead and put the charm on right now. Let me go ahead and grab one and show you how that would work. Okay, so I go ahead and got a peace sign. So you can just take your leather and slide it through the jump ring, put it all the way to the top. Then go ahead and wrap the ends of your leather around the end of the clipboard here, holding it tight, and then take your binder clip and just clip the ends there. All right, next we have the string. So the string I put in your kit is in a little wind up like this. Don't just pull it out because you don't want to get it all tied up. So undo the part that is wrapped around, and then you'll be able to easily just unwind it. Okay, so in all your kits, I included enough beads as well as a couple of stainless steel silver beads. I like to start and finish all of my bracelets with one of these. You don't have to, that's totally up to you. Today I am using Amazonite, which is my favorite stone. It is a stone of strength and courage. I like to put my beads in a container with a bottom that's easy to like scoop them out. So this has a rounded edge, not just a square edge, but that's really not a big deal. I'm just kind of a perfectionist when I have a system, let's say. I have a system when I do things. All right, so the first and the last bead are normally the hardest to put on, so we'll start with that. So I start with my silver bead. Go ahead and put it on the string. Try to get it close to the middle. Doesn't have to be exact right now because we will be fixing that. So you can see I'm gonna put the bead in between the two pieces of leather. I'm gonna wrap one side of the string around and through, and then the other side of the string around the other side of leather and through. So now it's in the middle. Your string probably isn't even right now. So you're gonna take the two ends to make them even and just pull them through your two fingers. And if one is lopsided, just kind of tug at it to make sure you line them up. If it's not 100% even, it's okay. I did make the string a little bit longer just so you guys would have some to play with just in case this happened. So now you can see the bead is right in the middle, and we're gonna double strand it. So now on this side here, you're gonna go ahead and put the string through the bead again. And go ahead and pull that through. And then on your other side, you're gonna go ahead and put that through the bead through the other way. Okay, go ahead and pull that tight. Now the strings are gonna go up and through again. So go ahead and pull that through and through here, pull it tight. Now we're just gonna push this silver bead all the way up to the top. Okay, now you're ready to add more beads. So I take the two strands between my two fingers like this, pull them so I have both ends sticking up. Go ahead and add your bead onto one of the strands, and then take the second strand and put it through the hole the other way. This holds it nice and tight. There are more than one way to make these style bracelets. This is just the way that I like to do it. Go ahead and pull it tight. Then we're gonna wrap around the edges and back through the middle. I like to do this down lower, not as close to the bead, because if you do it up here, it can loosen the string up here. So let's go ahead and pull from the bottom. Then I put the string in between my two fingers again and pull till I get both ends up here. Then we'll add on another bead. Once again, put the second strand through the opposite way. Pull tight. There we go. I'll do a couple more, and then we'll do a little fast forward to the end, and then we can see the final, how to finish them off for you. Okay, another bead. Second strand through the opposite way. Pull tight. Okay, around the leather, up through the middle. Pull down. Okay, bead on one strand, other bead or other strand through the opposite way. Okay, pull tight. If you don't pull tight, you can get gaps in between, and it'll be a little bit looser, and the beads won't line up properly. So make sure you go ahead and pull it tight. And you can always look at it as you go to make sure that you don't have any gaps in there. So right now it's looking nice and good. You can see there aren't any gaps in there. It's nice and tight. Okay, so we're almost to the end. I stopped a little bit short, just about 1/4 inch. We're gonna go ahead and put on our last bead, which for me is gonna be one of those silver beads, or you can just put the regular beads if you like. Okay, I go ahead and put the second strand through the opposite way. Pull it tight. Then on this one, I'm just gonna put one side around the leather, pull it tight. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take that piece of string and put it back through the silver bead. Okay, go ahead and pull that tight. Now you're gonna have both pieces of string on one side. To tie this off, what I'm gonna do is take both strands. I'm gonna put them under the leather, so you can see it's like this. Then put the ends through this loop and pull it. That makes a little knot. We're gonna do it twice. Okay, so we're gonna take the two ends through the middle of the leather, and then we're gonna put them through that loop there and pull it tight. There we go. It is now tied off. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and tie off the leather. So go ahead and undo your binder clip. And we're gonna go ahead and get the knot real close to the last bead. Okay, just a regular knot. Let's go ahead and pull that tight. And there you go. Next, we're gonna make another knot. So this is how it's gonna clasp. The button is gonna be just going through here just like a buttonhole. So we're gonna go ahead and tie another knot. You can go ahead and just do it loosely and then bring the button over so you can make sure that you're making the space big enough. So you can go ahead and test it before you pull it too tight, which is, yep, it's perfect. It'll fit right through. You want it to be actually even a little bit tight in the beginning because the leather will stretch a little bit, especially if you wear it in the water. So go ahead and pull that tight. And then when I make them, I put 4 or 5 of these little ones to make it adjustable. But if you know it's for yourself and you know that's the right size and you try it on, then you can just cut off the extra leather. I'll just put a couple extras for now so you can see what it'll look like. There's a lot of cool different buttons out there you can use besides just these ones. If you go online, they have really, really cool vintage buttons you can use. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave 3 knots. Then I'm just gonna cut off the extra leather. Now this is where you can use scissors for leather, but for the string, you're definitely gonna need something finer like a nail clipper or the cuticle cutters or wire cutters. So go ahead and cut the ends off there. Now, the part where we cut the string off. So you want to get in real close to where the string is. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it, get my clippers right up next to the leather and clip off the string here. You can see there's extra because like I said, I made it long enough for you to decide whether you wanted to make a bracelet or an anklet. Then we're going to go ahead and take our super glue and we're just going to put a tiny little dot. You don't want to use too much because this will turn white if you use too much, I mean, in general. So go ahead and just put a little dot on there and then let it dry and then you're all set. Like I said on the gemstone bracelets, if you got gemstone instead of check fire polish, you'll see they aren't drilled 100% straight. So you'll see how some of them kind of poke out in certain areas. I wonder if you can see that. And then the check fire polish ones are all more uniform and they'll lay completely flat. So then you can see it'll go nicely with my other bracelet here. And we're all done. If you have any more questions about anything, feel free to email me or message me on Facebook or Instagram. Make sure to follow me. And if you enjoyed this tutorial and want me to keep them coming, and just let me know what else you'd like to learn. Hope you guys are staying happy and healthy and have a great day.